closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
What a bunch of trash.
Welcome back to the Trash Movie Kings podcast. I am your interim host, Joseph Graham. Joining me today, we have JD Karpicki, straight from South by Southwest.
What's up, everybody? Went to South by, saw some films. No big deal. Talked to some filmmakers.
Did you take a picture with Dev Patel?
No, he was like, get away from me. So I was yelling the wrong movie the whole time. It wasn't great. But yeah, man, I want to say all to the fans that they probably missed us these past couple weeks. But let us know what you think of this episode in the comments below. How long have you been listening? Give us some information on us that you know because you're fans.
Give us your address.
But not if it's creepy.
Give us your list of occupations and your work history.
Just your hopes and dreams.
Anyway,
number.
Also joining us, we have Apocalypse Howel.
And I'm sorry, I know it's partly my fault that we haven't really trashed any movies lately. I've been busy winning awards.
Yes. Play a little applause there for our film Someone Dies, which is reaching small masses. Mr. Apocalypse here did the movie makeup, the special effects makeup.
So to that commenter on YouTube, who are we? We're
award-winning filmmaker.
Yeah,
that's
Apocalypse
who we are.
Howel.
Come at me in the comments, like I said.
Congratulations,
Jim.
Apocalypse Howel. And myself for editing the trailer, which also won an award, but it's in the car.
The trailer's great.
Thank you.
That whole movie's better than I ever thought it would be. TBH.
You did see a very early iteration of the movie, and you did say it's a movie, I remember, and we were like, we can work with that. So thanks for the inspo.
I just remember leaving the raw edit that we watched over at your place. And I just remember getting up and being like, Justin, good job. You made a movie. Congratulations. It's an actual movie that was thoroughly entertaining.
Yep.
Because, I mean, nothing really happens is really good, but I just don't think the common person grasps what's happening.
It takes
a
couple of watches, in my opinion.
I thought it was fun. I love Fat Tony's part in it, being the wizard. And it's just a fun movie.
Yeah, he's great. Also joining us, a very special guest is back on the pod, Amy Anderson. Amy, how are you enjoying your access to Pornhub that we no longer have here in Texas?
Yeah, tell us what it's like.
Convenient.
It was convenient. I miss it.
You just knock that out anytime you have a good 10 minutes alone and just write on your phone, no questions asked. So I enjoy a lot more freedoms in Illinois than I think you do.
Yeah, we have limited access to
also weed's
Pornhub
legal,
now,
which I don't. But
actually,
that's good.
We have fucking legal weed here. I don't know what's happening. No one gives a shit anymore. There's weed fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
You just go to the weed store?
There's storefronts
at the store.
They say
care.
This is weed here, not Delta 8. This is like in the
just
awning.
have it.
Like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. They had like
a gun show, Luke. Maybe they're buying weed at the gun show.
I don't know what's
Texas
happening.
operates a lot on the gun show.
There's like some kind of like a farmer's market for weed that happens here. Just tons of booths.
Oh, you
sell booze.
I don't really care that Pornhub's down or whatever. I don't go to it, so I don't really ever think about it.
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna sleep, so we'll see how it goes.
You're gonna have to go back like analog style.
I'm gonna have to buy pornography.
Ooh.
I've got that Muscle magazine you had for a long time. If you like that.
If you could send me some digital pics of Arnold's chest, I
go
can
analog on this.
Just watch Iron Claw a few times. Pop up.
Yeah. Anyway, tonight we watched Mooch Goes to Hollywood, which I haven't pulled up anything for and can't give you a rundown on because I'm an idiot. Hold on.
Speaking of smut, we watched Mooch Goes to Washington. Or no,
it was more like Mutt.
Smut with two T's. Hey,
Mutt.
Mooch Goes to Hollywood from 1971.
Yeah.
That's
this
1974.
is
You got 1971.
Directed by Richard Erdman, who was a character actor and occasional film and television director. Written by a different gentleman. Amazing. Someone wrote this. Jim
Quotes.
Backus,
I assume.
who I guess was also some kind of actor. Just
Jerry
an actor's smorgasbord. Vincent Price, Zsa Zsa Gabor does the voiceover that carries the film. I don't know how to describe this movie exactly. It's just I don't know what it is. It's a dog that goes to Hollywood and tries to become a star. And it's about 50 minutes. And I don't understand what the outlet was for this in 1971. It almost seems like you think it could go on TV?
Yeah, it was a television.
Well, it could, except for the references to like stripping and kind of like
maybe
sex a lot.
It was the 70s.
They had the
I don't know, man.
People didn't care in
right?
1974.
I feel like in 1974, sending a dog to the Playboy Club and turning them into a stripper might have set up some alarm bells.
Look, it's a famous Playboy Club. I can tell you a lot of young girls have been discovered here, even for pictures.
Dog is just a tourist in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bunny.
Just hitting up the hot spots.
That's a bunny.
It's a very busty bunny.
Oh.
I think I think that was like
Wild
late
times.
70s where people started to care, and then early 80s where everybody was trying to hide the fact that they're doing coke and banging hookers
Yeah,
inside.
I just think if it had a dog in it, they would be like, oh, it's because it walks this weird line of like, wait, is this a kid's movie?
It's a family movie.
Yeah.
Kind of. It
I
feels
don't-
like
I don't
an
think it's a kid
actor's
movie, but it's definitely a family movie.
Yeah.
But it's like the star is born.
It feels like everyone in Hollywood at this time fucking loved this dog. The dog's name was Higgins, the dog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was best known for Petticoat Junction,
Yes.
and it was the first Benji dog.
Wasn't Higgins actually a boy?
I guess maybe so.
Wow.
Because the character is a girl.
Yeah, he plays a girl, I guess, which you might get canceled now, but yeah, to me it just seems like a bunch of actors that really liked working with this dog periodically, and they were like, let's just get old Higgins and do like something fun over the week because we're all bored out of our minds or just partying. And
Yeah, did people pay money?
No
for
one
this
was
movie?
sober.
Like, oh no.
no one seems sober.
Not
in
one
this.
person on that set was sober.
Lots of liquids the doctor was talking about.
I guess Cesar Romero was in there somewhere.
Yes, that
Oh, yes.
Cesar Romero was in this.
I don't
Yeah.
remember where, but I guess
Was he in the wheelchair? Is that how old he is in this movie?
No, because it was 1970.
No.
The Batman show was not that long.
Oh, then who-
66.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
like,
It was
no.
like 5 years later. Surely it wasn't a
I've got a fast fact for you.
hit us.
All right.
Here we go. Play the graphic.
So, oh, there better be a
Coming soon.
graphic, y'all.
Fast facts.
There it is.
Okay, so lots and lots of celebrity guest stars in this.
Mhm.
It seemed as though whoever made the movie was like, do you have so-and-so's phone number? And just called them. And they were like, yeah, I'll give you $200 if you say this line over the phone. And then they put it in as a voiceover. But some amazing guest star mentions, Mickey Rooney, Dick Martin, not Dean Martin, but my personal favorite, Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller is considered in a lot of circles to be the first nationally known female stand-up comedian. Joan Rivers started out writing jokes for Phyllis Diller.
Really?
Yeah. Phyllis Diller was also a classically trained concert pianist, and I believe that was her first career. And a lifelong non-smoker. On stage, she always had a cigarette. It was made of wood her entire life.
Wow. I didn't
And that's
know
my
that.
fast fact for this movie.
Nice.
With Diller.
Yeah, there's a lot of famous people in this. Mickey Rooney also shows up.
Clark Gable shows up. Briefly.
Dean Martin's voice shows up for like a split second, which is really weird.
So Rosemary, I did not see Maury Amsterdam, but I like to think he's one of the older people at the thing, who is the other writer.
I don't see him on this
but
list,
the other-
but it's possible.
The other co-star of Dick Van Dyke that worked in the writer's room on the Dick Van Dyke show, where his character was a comedy TV writer.
That
Rosemary.
was the weird guy that shows up at the end. I don't know.
I would love that.
Mooch's various costumes came from Frederick's of Hollywood.
Nice.
They were heavily featured.
They were
Yeah.
They were
Modified.
There were a lot of
background,
changes.
Some early product placement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are these wigs included? Because those were impressive. I like those.
Possibly.
Dog wigs.
Yeah.
We
And
were-
the fake eyelashes.
We were recently having a text group chat discussion about Frederick's of Hollywood, and we looked them up, and most of them are gone. But I guess it's
Frederick's? I'm pretty sure it's just Frederick's.
I don't know. I always said Frederick's because it's Ferderick. Frederick.
Frederick's. But you know,
I always thought it was
Joey and his
French. You know?
It's
I
fancy.
feel like
Yeah.
Always sounded
Frederick's-
shit
I'm
out.
fucking hooked on phonics.
Yeah.
it can sound much classier than it is, and that's Frederick's of Hollywood's pretty
bad,
much
dude.
glory lingerie.
I got a bad
This
problem.
is your intervention.
Yeah,
Oh, thank
cool
you.
it with the grammar.
Stop sounding shit out, bro.
Stop it.
Okay, I wrote a pretty short synopsis of this. Synopsis. We can try to break it up.
Frederick's synopsis, if we will.
Hit it.
Okay. So Mooch comes to Hollywood along with hundreds of Playboy playmates. The dog proceeds to take advice from Zsa Zsa Gabor, which leads her to a really slutting it up for Vincent Price.
Look, darling, there is someone to be seen with. It's Vincent Price.
Oh God, he's so
It's
pasty.
really Vincent Price.
Made for black and white.
No makeup needed. And old Vin takes his new bitch to the body shop for new teeth.
Every girl needs a little fixing up before she becomes a star. And darling, you need your teeth capped desperately.
Yeah, we think. But it doesn't matter because Mr. Price abandons her.
No.
Well, that's a man for you, darling.
Classic man.
Oh, so Mooch is back out on the streets, but ends up at the Playboy offices, but gets kicked out. Very rude. Then Mooch meets another man who really seems to care, but ends up leaving her at the vet too. God damn, man.
You could
Oh,
just drop
shit.
your dog off as the doggy concentration camp.
Oh, it's the evil place. Should have shown some skin, Mooch. You wouldn't be in this
Oh,
pickle.
Mooch, I had no
Mooch
idea
isn't
he would
staying
leave you
here.
here.
He's been naked the
This
whole
is
movie.
terrible.
But Mooch escapes the pound and makes herself onto a studio lot where she gets like a super fancy makeover, and she meets the guy that does Mr. Magoo's voice, and he offers her a spot on television.
Hey, I'm doing a guest shot, and we need a dog that looks just like you. Would you like to be on television, honey, huh? Would you? Well, now, you're in show business.
And Magoo takes her to a house party that may or may not be at his agent's office. It's hard to tell. And it's full of Hollywood stars. Vincent Price is there, though.
There's Vincent Price and James Donnan and Jill St. John's.
Oh, no. And he recognizes her. And then the other dudes recognize her.
Shaggy, I would have said there's sunshine.
Oh, little princess.
No, it's Mrs. Magoo.
And is just this little scamp dog that they found and abandoned all over town, and they call her out, and then she loses her part and has to slink away into the bushes, and she's devastated, and it's devastating. And then she wanders off, finds a fancy house, says, I'm going to take one more crack at it, sees a Rolls Royce, pops in there. Who comes out? Guy all decked in polo gear. And what does he do? Sit in the back, warms up to the pooch. Turns out it's the doctor from the vet's office. She's found a rich husband. All right, all is well. And acting isn't everything. Love lasts forever.
Don't be sad. Show business isn't everything. And this will last much longer.
Money.
What a horrible moral.
The moral of the story.
The end.
This is Richard Burton saying,
Wow.
Yeah.
farewell, Mooch.
Thank you for that
that was
spin on
much
it.
better.
Yeah. You guys should take notes from Amy. You're allowed to do that.
We always should. There's no secret about that.
But yeah, it's the ending is a little weird, a little sad, but it's a little bittersweet, I suppose.
I don't really like the
poetic.
moral of the story.
Yeah, I don't like the
Yeah.
moral. I
I
like that
do.
Mooch ends up loved in some capacity.
Yeah,
It's
but
mostly
like
weird because Zsa Zsa Gabor is telling
In-
her. I don't think it's acting she wants to get into. She's just trying to get her to marry somebody.
that sounds
Weird.
on brand for Zsa Zsa
Yeah.
Gabor.
Yeah.
And it does seem like the moral is try desperately to be someone you're not until a man recognizes you and gives you an opportunity at a career.
Mhm.
And
one
if
way
they
of
find out who
looking
you
at it.
really are, you won't have it. So you'll just have to fuck a man for a living.
Yeah, you'll have
I
to
think-
settle.
Just
I think
settle.
that's
Settling is the only way you're going to be safe. And that's
Mhm.
kind of a bummer. Ravioli wasn't impressed.
I think it was poetic. I think there was a lot of poetry in this. I mean, how many people do we know chase a dream when what they really wanted the whole time was right next to them? I mean, Mooch chased her dream and kept winding up with the wrong people, but every time was being brought back to the same man.
But he
The
was
same
creepy
man
doctor.
He was not a creepy doctor.
He was just a drunk
what he
doctor, and
looks
most
like,
doctors
okay?
are.
He was just a doctor who he's probably miserable. Ultimately, he makes good money, has his practice.
He makes great money. Like
he does.
I don't know.
Apparently.
I don't know what the fuck.
He's got a fucking giant, fucking very rich person car. I think it's.
He's a
Rolls Royce.
veterinarian. They're
He's
not
a-
that
he has
rich.
a yacht.
He's a veterinarian and the head of a cartel for some reason. Like it's like he has a driver.
I
to
get
drive
what
his
you're
Rolls Royce.
saying though, Mike. Where I think they could have set it up better with him being an unhappy person, and then the dog makes him happy, and maybe but that's still kind of weird.
Well,
in
this is
a
obviously-
modern and with a modern lens, it doesn't work still.
Mhm.
But I get what you're saying.
I think what Mike is saying is significant because she comes and chases this dream. But here's the thing. I don't know if it was ever her dream. Was it Zsa Zha's dream?
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean?
She
So this starts out and
implanted
Zsa Zha's
into this
like,
dog
boom.
head.
Gonna tell you how to get famous.
Right.
Right. And this dog was just trying to like maybe get by. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think she maybe just wanted to be loved and Zsa Zha misread the situation.
Well, I think
That's
this is more of
perhaps
this might be more of like a parody of the time. Like this is probably a very common story that's happening, and like, because they showed all these Playboy playmates like getting off, like just arriving to LA, not getting off, and and like you're like,
They-
oh
they
yeah,
started
trying to
Pornhub
make
in
it, or whatever.
California, so-
Yeah. And then this dog shows up with a little like knapsack on a stick, and you're like, I think this is their way of being like, oh look, let's pretend this dog is a starlet that's trying to come to town or whatever. But yeah, and then Zaza makes it real creepy for some reason.
You know, that's
all the way to the end.
Zsa Zha Gabor is pretty famous for marrying rich men.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's like a
I think
it's like a
that's
wink
like
or
her
whatever.
deal. Was she married
Yeah.
to like one of the Hiltons or something? I think
I
so.
don't know about that. Is that true?
She was married to several rich people, and then sometime in the 80s, she slapped a cop in the face, and it made the news.
Whoa, wow.
But nowadays that would be applauded.
Yeah.
For being interesting, right? I don't know.
No, because like fuck the police.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had 9
subliminal
husbands, including
messages.
Conrad Hilton,
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Harrison Hilton's grandpa.
She was a pretty lady.
Wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Hollywood dream thing, I feel like it's sort of dead, but Hollywood had only, with sound and everything, it only existed for like a lifetime. What in 1970 or so?
Mhm.
71. Yeah. So it was still a poppin' thing. It was still a fun thing to talk about. Still a fun thing to make a dog do, I guess.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it would be trying to remake this now would be very interesting.
I want to know,
Airbud goes to
who
Hollywood.
that chimpanzee was.
They'd make the dog do
They had that
heroin.
Me too.
You make the
in,
dog do
multiple
yeah.
scenes. And I promise you, that was another famous pet.
It had to be.
That was
Sure.
another famous animal. And
Speaking of
monkey.
other famous, Zsa Zha Gabor's twin sister, Eva Gabor, was on Green Acres.
Yep, and
Oh, I love
this,
Green
Wait,
Acres.
wait,
And
wait,
this
wait.
dog was also on Green Acres.
What?
Maybe that's how they got Zsa Zha.
Right. So
Oh.
that's exactly like everybody in this has worked on television together
With
at
this
some
dog.
point. And
Do
so
you think they all had the same agent? And you're like, listen, y'all, I need a favor.
Yeah, I don't think
No, I
nepotism
think
is
they
involved
all
in
had
Mooch
parties.
goes.
at the same house where this dog was just there.
Yeah, they had a
Oh, they
party and
got
it was
real
like
close
beachfront.
together.
This
And
was
all
a
agreed to do
dog
this
they
movie.
all petted. So when they were asked to be in its commemorative film, because yes, this dog was this is the last film of Benji. This is Benji's last.
This is the last film. Wow.
Yeah,
Is it?
this dog did not make another movie or show after this. This was it. This was we know our dog's dying.
So the swan song.
Yes, this is a beautiful.
It was a retirement film.
Oh, that's so. I didn't know that because she was still doing all the tricks and stuff. What?
I know.
And she seemed in good health.
She was in good health.
Well,
They
no
always
wonder she didn't live up much longer. They were throwing around California.
Yeah, that's why she's
They
dying.
do throw her out of like 5 places
I
at
know.
She is
Like,
missing teeth in
but
different
what if
scenes.
she
I'm
had
like,
her own stunt dog?
You can't
that
see
be
the bruises and the
awesome?
pain.
yeah,
Like, just going down the stairs. That shot where she's going down the stairs. Stunt dog.
Well, here's the thing about
Steven
a stunt
Seagal.
dog, though.
Yeah.
It's still throwing a dog around. It's just a different dog.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well,
it's
I
still a
know,
dog.
but it's a
Right.
younger
It's
dog
like-
whose hips can take it.
It's a tough dog.
It'd be great if they showed it side by side and the other son dog looks so wrecked, like anything for Mooch. Smoking a cigarette.
Mooch is very well respected amongst the mutt community.
Yeah.
Oh boy!
I don't know. I felt like this was a very commemorative movie. I felt like this was. I understood the poetic through line. I feel like the dog ended up with the guy who it was like the dog was a boomerang for the dog for the guy. Just kept coming back.
Veterinarian.
Kept coming back.
And it wasn't the guy I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be Hot Guy from the Beach.
Yeah, that
Yeah. Wait, was that
He
Jim
seemed nice
Jarrett
to her,
or
no, that was Darren.
Darren?
Oh,
Darren, what's his face?
The Gavin?
I don't know their names.
James Darren.
Oh, James Darren.
James
That's
Darren.
Did you notice that when they're poking fun at Mooch, you know, they're saying, "Hey, I know that dog. I know that dog. I know that dog." And then when they turn on him, everybody says like, "Ooh, she's so gross," or "Oh, that dog's washed up." And then James Darren is still like, "I know that dog." Like he's saying the same thing. I don't know if that's casual or
dog
just he
person.
couldn't improvise.
He only had one line. He couldn't remember the other ones.
Yeah, just keep saying it.
James Darrett from Gidget. Okay, that's where I recognize
And
him.
Gidget was another dog.
No, Gidget was Sally Field.
No, Gidget. There was a
Not
dog.
Sally
In
Field.
Oh, I'm thinking of Moon Doggy.
the flying nun, the flying dog.
My bad.
Sandra D, right? Yeah. Sorry, we're getting into some old Hollywood shit.
Yeah.
This is right before
Yeah.
all the new kids started taking
We're getting
over.
into Hellfire Club territory.
I don't know what that is, but yes.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Okay, what's the order of operations here? We do favorite parts now. Favorite parts.
sure.
Let's just keep our order.
My favorite
JD.
part was the movie.
Okay, JD first.
Okay. No, I think we got Apocalypse. My favorite part is the power of Zsa Zsa Gabor in this movie because she somehow can speak to the dog and also just other people around the dog and the audience, and she's just this
Omniscient narrator.
Thank you. She's telling the dog I guess, my favorite part is Zsa Zsa Gabor's moral of the story is like, try to bag an actor. Oh, he doesn't want you. Try to bag another actor.
Try
Oh,
to bag a producer.
Yeah.
Be seen with the
Like-
right people, darling.
yeah. Why don't you show a little skin? Why don't you take off your top? Why don't you get a makeover? And then, well, if the old guy will take it, then you might as well sleep with him and, be rich.
The old guy's
The
rich.
end. Yeah. That's the plot.
It is very Zsa Zsa coded or pilled, we'll say.
There's nothing else that happens. She doesn't go to acting classes. She doesn't go to auditions. She just tries to whore it up and to land rich men. That's all.
I was just sad. She should have gotten a part still at some point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is like Lady Anne, the Tramp.
Nice.
I don't understand why them recognizing her meant she couldn't be on TV. That was my fatal flaw for this movie. I don't. What do you mean? You've seen her in town, and so she can't be on TV.
She's clearly talented.
All talent gets discovered at some point, bro.
The thing is, if you change the music in this movie, it's a very different movie. Like every time she sees someone, they're chasing her on the beach. Like if they just change the music to something creepy, it's just those kids didn't keep an eye on shit.
No, they didn't.
They didn't even get up. Knock them hoes down.
He ran out of the blood. Aw.
You guys, I watch YouTube videos like this all day.
No. Maybe he's happy about it.
She killed it.
I don't know. And then they miss her, and there's fireworks. It's a weird movie, as they call it.
I guess it was a movie. It was reviewed by Leonard Maltin.
Well, then that
wow.
makes it a movie.
He was,
Except he's a bird.
yeah, I guess his main takeaway was, man, they're just really not giving Vincent Price any good roles anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I read
Fair
that
takeaway,
too. And I feel like Vincent Price partied at this house that this dog existed in. So if I was Vincent Price and I read that review, I'd be like, fuck you, dude. Like, you don't understand that we're also people. Like, are we partiers and narcissists? Yes. But we're still people. You know, we still know each other and love each other and care as much as we can.
You're saying actors are people? Is that
they pretend to be? Yeah.
I think we're getting deep.
Yeah.
I just think all these people knew this dog.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, if I would have put this movie on for Max, y'all would have all been in it. And y'all would have all like played whatever stupid role was written for you. And it would have been a great, cute film.
Yeah, I would have.
And we would have scrambled to make sense of it. And we would have been like, wow, this edit doesn't make sense for shit. Then we would have found a really attractive voice to pull it all together.
I wonder if Joe Grassafi has seen this movie.
Ooh.
Because he did kind of a weird thing when his dog was dying, where he like made like a documentary about the dog.
Oh yeah, I thought it was mostly pictures, though, right? I mean, he posts like every day.
I thought he was doing like a film about it, but maybe it was like
maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll write this for Ravioli when the time comes, and I expect all of you.
Yeah. So it was a television special from 1971.
That's crazy.
Some John Soltis, publisher, went on to describe Mooch Goes to Hollywood as one of those unfortunate resume bullets for everyone involved, basically. Zsa Zsa Gabor, James Deeren, Vincent Price, Jill St. John, Jim Backus, and Mickey Rooney.
Almost an Alan Smithy type movie.
Provides some laughs, but always for unintended reasons.
This movie was the Law and Order SVU of dog
that show.
movies.
Yeah. It's no Taxi Driver. Mooch Goes to Hollywood.
Anyway, let's move on. Apocalypse, what was your favorite part?
I mean, there's no like part that jumps out at me.
Arguably, there aren't really parts of the movie.
I do like whenever they go to the prison / he's gonna board his dog for 2 weeks. He's like, oh, that's the dog for 2 weeks, and they put him in the most cartoonish jail cell, and it's like that dog already has abandonment issues, but doesn't know it yet. This is where abandonment sets in.
This is also a long time to board a dog, period.
2 weeks?
2 weeks?
Yeah, they go.
Look, I was wondering, Doc, could I leave the dog here for a couple of weeks? You do take boarders, don't you?
No, yes, we have excellent facilities around the clock.
So in the 70s, did they just drop your dog off wherever and just be like, can you keep this dog for?
People be like, oh yeah.
Listen, hey.
There's ducks shitting in the waiting room. We'll take your dog, whatever.
Well, it's a long time to board a dog for its first time being boarded, and for the fact that you just met it.
You got it today.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Same
See
day.
you later,
On a board in
babe.
2 weeks, and then you come back and you're like, "See, it's me. I told you I'd be back." And you're like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Who the fuck are you? I met you once 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you were a charming guy on a motorbike.
You ditched me with some kids on a beach.
Yeah,
Didn't get sand out of his bell bottom.
We're going to go ahead and use
Any
your
pants?
favorite part as the humongous key padlock.
Thank
which
you.
was very
Yes.
funny.
Yes, that was hilarious.
That's my favorite
too.
part too. I forgot.
That lock was bizarre.
All right, we got there
no reason
eventually.
to even have that lock on set unless it was a holdover prop from something else.
Of course
There's
it
no
was.
way they had that prop for this movie. So my question is, what is that prop referencing? It's referencing something.
Fans, you know what to do in the comments.
We're gonna get deep about the fucking gigantic keypad lock.
If you know where the
why is it there? Where did it come from?
What does it signify?
He
some things it's from the Three Stooges.
Stuff.
It's the Illuminati locking us up.
Guys, the key is a penis. Everyone knows it.
Wow.
Are you gonna get Illuminati with that padlock?
Stupid. I do appreciate the dog. They just cut away from the dog figuring out how to unlock herself.
Yes.
She figured it out. You get it.
Key in her mouth, and it's like, you did it. Cut.
We're not gonna try that hard to make this that interesting. So
I really wanted to
if
see
you had
that.
to be put in a boarding cell, that's the cell to be in. Like that was like, I think JD was the one who was like, "Oh, we're gonna put you in this lion cage."
That was me.
And I was like,
might
"This
be
is
Amy,
literally not only are you in the
top shelf, man.
like
Up
what's
there.
what's that room called? The like when
Penthouse.
the penthouse. Yeah, not
Yeah.
only are you in the penthouse, but like, yeah, you got plenty of space.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's
you're
a
gonna
good-
work this
good
key
room
thing
to
out.
be
We gave you
boarded
plenty of
in.
room.
She's
I've
got
never
box
been
seats at the
boarded.
prison.
But if I was,
You'd be BORD
yeah,
EDD.
I think I can entertain myself for 2 weeks. I'm good.
okay, Amy, your favorite part.
Oh, the makeover, hands down.
Oh my
Gorgeous.
God. Oh no.
You're beautiful, if I do say so myself.
Diamond Smooch, at last. Now you look like a star.
But it looks like someone just put a makeup stencil on a dog's face and like spray painted it. And when it comes off, she's like, hello. Like just
Fake eyelashes out of gaff tape
Mhm.
and just stuck them to the dog's face.
Yeah.
And it's brilliant. And I loved it.
They
She also
sprayed her
wears-
ears up and shit.
They just put hair ties on her ears, but it makes them stick straight.
Oh yeah,
They look very-
Was she wearing she was wearing like a fancy collar? I think.
She
Was she
had
wearing a dress?
little bottoms
Bows
on, too.
on, little bow clips.
Bow
Yeah.
clips. Yeah, she was real done up.
Now
I do
let's
appreciate
To be
I do appreciate that they put a motorcycle helmet on her, like an old, like a 1920s
That was cute.
raggy
Yeah.
rag
that
She
was
looked
time.
like Snoopy when he flies his plane.
Yeah, exactly. It
the
was
dog
that was a great
headwear
reference.
gets 5 bags. Like the dog's headwear is a key, like the most one of my favorite parts as I keep going. But no, can we just briefly, you said stripper at one point. There's someone in the audience says take it off. What the fuck is this movie?
Throw
Take it
cash
off.
at her. Get a
they
stage
better
dance.
cut to like an audience of
on.
dogs.
Keep it on.
Which I really want to know who came up with that. What are we
I
doing?
wanted them to cut to
Well,
a
they have
dog
a little
audience so bad.
Bikini top on her. And
Yeah,
here's the
but-
thing. Her boobies are down here, and they are already
1,
shown.
2, 3, 4, 5.
They're already out.
You'd have to have like so many tops.
Yeah, she should have had like 4 tops. That would have
Guess
been great.
we should have also invited Eric Villarreal on this, who
No.
had a meme. His dog is similar size, similar build. Had a image of his
Bronson,
dog.
come on.
Yeah, Bronson went viral when he dressed that dog up like Marilyn Monroe,
Mm.
and that image got tossed around. Have you ever seen a little white dog in a Marilyn Monroe with huge
That's
cleavage?
Bronson.
That was Bronson.
Yeah. This is where that all started, you know? It's
yeah.
amazing.
This whole thing.
My favorite parts, I think the Mooch title song. I really loved that title song.
Mooch is here.
Rock.
Oh, they changed.
Oh, there's a song.
You guys, it is
wasn't the
Midwest.
price.
Wow.
This town
This
won't
town.
be the same again. Others may.
Well, this is the best movie we've ever watched.
I love it.
Yeah,
Moose
how did this
likes the
qualify
fembots.
as trash?
So I thought that song was really great. It made me laugh immediately. I was like, okay, I know what we're doing here.
Mooch
Good,
is
good
here.
intro. Yeah, I need to download that one. All right. Guess we'll move on to the bees.
The bees, the bees, the bees.
I have a pretty good tally this week. Even I didn't ask
Really?
anybody to do it. I was
Yeah,
a little
bows?
surprised about how many there were, although some of them are definitely made up.
Bitch Beach Boardwalk.
That's a great
Boardwalk, Bitch Beach Boardwalk.
Yeah.
Bow tie.
I'll just go through mine and then you can add yours at the end. If you feel compelled to just yell at me, like you tend to do, that's fine.
You ever yelled at you though? It's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Apocalypse has to get like 3 or 4 in at first. He's
Before
gotta
we
slide them
start,
in.
yeah.
I don't. I'm not
Bitch
real good
boardwalk.
at staying organized.
Oh, well, I have Benji that bitch to start with.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Starting off hot.
Braziers.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Beaches.
remember that.
Many beaches, many beach shots, many beach scenes.
Brazier, comma dog. Is that what you mean?
No. I wrote down bow wows. I don't know. I guess that's birds. We had bikes, motorbikes, bikinis, balls, balloons, blondes, beefcakes.
Oh yeah.
We had at least one boat, although it could be argued that it was not. It's a schooner or a windsurfing thing. I don't know exactly.
Sure. Yeah.
We had bullets, mimed. It's MOS.
You didn't
Buddy, darling.
Can you act hammered, please?
No. Method only. You're hammered.
Yeah. I'm method, so I'll be drunk all day.
Yeah. I think Mooch killed this guy.
Yeah, Mooch just murdered.
Damn.
Wow. Thank you, kisses.
Fuck your mustache.
Oh, it was a movie. Oh.
Blasts with some random fireworks in there. I want to count it.
Mm-hmm.
And some boots at the end there, veterinarian.
Yes, there was
polo
some
boots at the end. We also had an honorary pool. And I thought, I don't know if we've ever added this before, but I thought we should add monkey.
To the beach.
In a wheelchair, which is honorary. So that's a double.
A wheelchair. I totally forgot we had several wheelchairs.
Yeah.
Does that come from Mr. No Legs?
No, we were adding it before that, but that was definitely why we watched that movie in some ways. So a surprising amount of bees, although it is Hollywood in the 1970s. We're doing a lot of stuff.
Hallelujah Chorus is Baroque music, but that's not really a bee. It's just the first time.
I'll say we got barks.
Barking?
Barks, yeah.
Yeah. And I also want to say we got babies because all dogs are babies.
Oh, and the little baby. And the baby ducklings, too. We had a lot of those.
Baby ducks. We got babies.
Oh my gosh.
Duck owner is just like, yeah, walk around and quack. I love it.
You want to see what he does at home? Check it out.
Yeah, James Darren's having a panic attack.
Should have been. Oh,
I knew it.
Oh, that's a.
Oh, he just went in and popped out. That was it. Oh, the mom.
Oh, he was waiting for the mommy.
Family. He was nervous.
The duck was pacing around outside the maternity room.
I should have given him like a scotch and like a cigar. Oh, everyone's cigar. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Thank you. The babies.
That was such, like, I feel like what's that guy's name? James
Earl Jones?
No.
Carville?
In this movie.
Baldwin? Oh, I don't know.
No, not James
Dean?
Baldwin.
James
Darren. In that scene,
James
I felt
Darren,
like
yeah.
he
Vanderbeek.
was about. I feel like he was about. to
Yeah,
have
that's
a
who he's
panic
talking
attack.
about.
He was about to have a panic attack. Like, he was at the vet and he witnessed a guy with a duck, and then the goat starts eating everything. The duck starts panicking, and meanwhile, his dog's like just like trying to. Like, I just need to see the vet, and I don't know why.
Look, the duck is pacing because his wife is in labor.
Yeah, we didn't
first
really
of
talk
all.
about the duck, but
and
that
the
could
duck-
be a favorite part easily, was the duck waiting in.
Walking up to the door and going, "Argh," and just like, where's my wife?
Where's my wife? She's giving birth. Why can't I go in there?
I got
I'm so nervous.
I got.
He was so nervous.
And then they pass out cigars at the veterinarian.
Oh,
like
and then
the goat eats
my
one.
God.
Goat
Yeah.
took one.
This is sounding a lot more fun than it
that's a
is,
good
by the
scene.
way. Don't.
It's not.
No,
This
this
is
movie
fun.
is fun. Fuck you, JD.
This movie is really fun.
Well, the
but
babies are
don't
fun.
Feed animals cigars.
No,
But
don't do that.
I don't know what else you
Don't
want
tell
from a
me you're
dog
not
movie.
the boss of me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The
This
goat's
is a fun
popping a
movie.
Zin
I
in
like
between takes, just some dip.
Zen.
Yeah.
It would be funny if he was smoking cigarettes or something beforehand, but
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a duck smoke questionable for a TV special. Even
What
in
is-
1971?
What's the knapsack with the stick? What is that called?
a
Hobo?
bindle.
There's a bee right
Bindle
there.
stiff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's got a real name.
I think we talked about that one time as being a bee, but I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, they
Stick
definitely
and
have
bindle.
that sort of. I think
It was
I don't
she
know.
arrived with that when they showed all the playmates at the beginning. Oh, Bunny.
bunnies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had
Bunny, comma Playboy.
Lots of
we had
bunnies.
one Playboy bunny with an enormous rack, but there are no breasts in this made for TV.
We had
show,
Zsa Zsa
TV movie.
Gabor.
No. Sorry. Okay, let's move on and rate this thing. Let's go reverse order. Amy, what do you
Ooh.
think?
This one's tough because I didn't think it was bad. Old Apocalypse Hal has won me over.
The poetry of this
assessment.
movie.
I think it's poetry, so it's kind of hard to judge. I mean, yeah, probably poorly done, but really
Definitely.
sweet. And so ranking its trashitivity, tough.
Sensitivity. New word. Love
Yeah, I
it.
don't think anybody said that before on this podcast. Amazingly,
I mean, I'm gonna give it 4 bags because I want it to be highly rated, but I don't want to be like this movie's trash. I want to recommend people to watch this,
yeah. I mean, it's a junky kind of,
but it's junky.
yeah. It's a weird thing. It's
I'm
certainly
gonna
not
say
outright trash.
50
although
minutes, though.
There is a
pretty good.
trash
4
film
bags.
inside of this film, certainly.
Yeah.
4
It's just
bags
a-
if you've got an hour and some beer. Great
Yeah.
movie to watch with your dog.
Yeah, certainly.
Sure.
And Apocalypse.
I'm going 4 bags too. I'm going 4 bags because that's how many bags of poop I picked up for my dog today.
Today,
Wow, damn.
dog is
Dog has-
healthy.
And they're not just like little poops, they're dumps. Like
Wow.
like
Big dumper.
This dog.
You got the corgi,
Tell
yes?
you what, yeah. He
He's pooper.
no,
You-
really
you might have to
really,
take
I
him to
They
just-
the
have
doctor.
big asses, in my opinion. They
This
got dumpers.
movie was
I
Dumps
got
like
big
a
old
truck.
one.
this movie was
Yeah.
trash.
Silent.
But it's endearing trash. It's not the
It's sweet
kind of
trash.
that's like
Yeah.
somebody shooting on camcorder. This isn't
You know, when you're eating
Hollywood.
an ice cream cone and you get to the part that you want to throw away, that's this movie.
Wow. Nice.
I've never done
Still
that.
Sweet.
No notes.
It's trash,
Yeah.
but it's still sweet.
It's all wet with paper and
I
Yeah.
guess the reason I don't want to give it 5 is because it's not particular to any genre, and so it's not easily classifiable. It's a homeward bound, made for TV, almost family movie, and
It's billed as such, so
I feel like there
I think that
are
makes it
some
kind of-
Fred Olin Ray movies that we could find that probably have dogs in them, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's made dog movies, probably Christmas dog movies. But I don't know. 4 is what I'm going with. I don't know that I have much more of a reason.
right on. All right, JD, what do you
All
got?
right. I think I'm gonna give it 3 bags, but of dog treats. Because that's what Mooch deserves. I think she mooched into my heart. And yeah, I think it's really sweet. Maybe of the time, It's kind of like, it reminds me of like Mel Brooks's Silent Movie, like how goofy that was, and some of the Benny Hill stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Like where there's a ton of stars in it and it's random. But yeah, I just don't know if I'd rewatch it. I really like you said, I think Apocalypse, you won me over with the message and like the time in the dog's life. And that's all true, right? I'm not just like, that's, we're not assuming that, because that's really sweet. I like that story. But
I'm assuming all of it.
oh, okay, good. Yeah, then 3 bags. I know. But yeah, it's interesting, especially if you know all those actors. It's very cute to see that. But
I mean,
I'd rather
we can all agree that Mooch is a good dog.
Oh, 100%.
Like really good dog.
Especially for putting up with this movie.
Yes.
Joey, what about you?
Sorry, I read something on this. They played this movie at Beyond Fest in 2019.
Wow.
In LA at the Egyptian. It's held in the Egyptian Theater. They did 3 screenings. All of them sold out.
Theatrical debut.
They had like somebody present it from American Cinema. I don't know how to say this word. Cinematic. Anyway,
even this movie is better than Cats, is what people are saying.
Yeah, this is definitely better than Cats. I think. Actually, I want to give it a 4.5.
Wow.
It's really a delight, and it's weird and junky. It's not quite a 5.
Yeah,
but it's really close. I mean, if it just one other weird thing, like obviously you couldn't do this because it's on TV, but if just like there was a naked, I don't know if Mooch did.
There's a random sex scene in it.
Yeah, like a random sex scene or like a random like gunslinger like bullet bazooka or something random.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, why is this here?
Or Mooch is doing coke and there's like a fake arm
like
off screen,
something like that.
You know,
just like
I want to see that.
If this movie was made now, it would have all that stuff and it would be kind of funny.
Like Spuds MacKenzie with Fred Olen Ray are directing. I'd watch that.
Yeah, if all the dogs were like fucking in the prison or something weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something really tasteless in the middle of it, just out of nowhere. I think it would be a 5. But otherwise, very delightful. I would definitely watch this again. Definitely. Just to show some people like this weird thing. Yeah, pretty good. No brains or anything, but a pretty interesting piece of old junky TV made from TV fare. Yeah. So I wanted to give it a 5 just for easy math, but that's not the case.
I could bump mine up to 3.5.
No, we're gonna go with the.
Don't be a slut.
Unless you want to make it in this
in
town.
Hollywood.
Sort of the opposite. Well, it's sort of the message of the movie.
Yeah, sure.
Don't be a slut. Just marry rich.
So that will give us a 3.875 from the Trash Movie Kings.
Nice.
Pretty good. Maybe the
solid rating.
Yeah.
Second highest rating probably this year. But the other episode that we gave really high has not come out yet. Maybe we should edit that one. What was that fucking movie called? God damn.
Santa with muscles.
No.
God, no, that movie.
No, that horror movie we watched.
Oh, Highway to Hell's Highway?
Hell's Highway.
Hell's Highway fucking
like
rules.
The more I think back to it, the more I liked it.
That's why I can't rate this one too high, because Hell's Highway.
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
we should just rewatch it.
That's the difference.
Sure.
Maybe we'll see.
What was Hell's Highway?
This like 2000s.
I watched this with you. I think was Norman.
No.
Was it when Norman Gallagher?
Yeah, it has a similar title. That was like that was Highway to Hell.
Ah, okay.
This was Hell's Highway.
Oh, I know.
It's like a shot on mini DV weird horror movie about this witch on a highway haunting people, but it's like really wacky.
I love it.
A lot of weird.
Yeah, it was good.
It's real low quality, but the effects are crazy.
Yeah, and it's
it was Hollywood Bloodbath.
Yeah.
It has these people fucking in a tent that's really weird, and then the end is like really crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good little junky horror movie. Anyway, we'll get to that eventually. Let's wrap this up. If you don't follow us, we're Trash Movie Kings on Twitter and Instagram, and we have a group on Facebook. And thanks for listening, etc. Thank you, Amy, for joining us. Apocalypse, JD. We will see you next time. See ya.
See ya.
Nice.
My little Sam Malone.